let's dive right in. Today, we are talking about one of the most intense competitions happening anywhere on the planet. This high-stakes, multi-billion-dollar race between the tech giants for the future of AI. And believe me, it's a battle that is shaping the tools you and I are going to be using tomorrow.
So that brings us to the big question, right? Who is actually winning this thing? Is it the company with the flashiest new toys, the one throwing the most money around, or maybe the one with the most aggressive, cutthroat strategy? Okay, let's get into it.
So first up, Google. It seems like their whole strategy is a full-on charm offensive. Instead of just bragging about raw power, they're really trying to win us over with a whole suite of new, powerful, and honestly, really fun creative AI tools.
And you gotta hear the story behind their latest upgrade. For weeks, social media was just buzzing about this mysterious, anonymous AI image editor. The codename, Nano Banana. Seriously, people were losing their minds over how good it was. Well, it turns out this was Google's brand new image model for Gemini, just quietly being tested out in the wild. Sneaky, right?
So what was the big deal about Nano Banana? Well, for one, it gives you way more control. You know how you ask an AI to change the color of a shirt and it totally messes up the person's face to the background? Yeah, this model doesn't do that. It also has better world knowledge, which is a fancy way of saying it can take multiple ideas, like a picture of your couch, your living room, and a specific color palette, and merge them into one perfect image.
And this is where you can see why these new tools are so critical for them. I mean, look at these numbers. Google is still kind of playing catch-up. ChatGPT is pulling in over 700 million weekly users. Google's last count for Gemini was 450 million monthly users. That is a massive gap, and they're hoping these cool new features are the key to closing it.
And this creative push doesn't stop there. They've got another new tool called Google Vids, and it makes video production almost, well, ridiculously easy. You just write a script, pick an AI avatar to be your host, and the AI does the rest. It generates the video and even edits it, taking out all those awkward pauses and ums and ahs. This is a total game changer for anyone making content.
Okay, so while Google is trying to charm us with cool new features, Meta's story, it's a whole lot more dramatic. Behind their big AI push, there's this really messy world of huge investments, partnerships gone wrong, and what honestly sounds like some serious backroom drama.
$14.3 billion. I mean, just let that number sink in. That's how much Meta pumped into a data company called Scale AI, even making its CEO the head of Meta's new AI labs. With that kind of money on the line, you'd think this partnership would be absolutely perfect, right?
Well, not quite. Almost right away, Meta's own top AI researchers started raising red flags. According to sources inside the company, they thought Scale AI's data just wasn't as good as its competitors. The very foundation of this billion-dollar deal was shaky from the get-go.
And the whole thing just fell apart with stunning speed. In June, the huge deal is announced. By July, other big clients, we're talking Google and OpenAI, hit pause on their own projects with Scale AI, forcing layoffs. And then by August, there are reports that Meta's own team is ditching Scale AI's data for its competitors. What a spectacular collapse.
And get this, in a plot twist nobody saw coming, Meta is now reportedly scrambling and exploring partnerships with its biggest rivals, Google and OpenAI. The idea is to maybe plug their models, like Gemini, straight into Meta's own AI chatbots. I mean, partnering with the enemy? That is a wild move in a race this competitive.
Okay, let's shift gears now, because this AI arms race isn't just about cool apps and corporate drama. It has also become a serious political battlefield. And there's a huge controversy brewing around Elon Musk's Grok AI and its potential use by the US government.
And the opinions here could not be more divided. On one side, you have internal documents showing the White House telling federal agencies to get Grok authorized for government use ASAP. But on the other side, you've got more than 30 civil rights groups sounding the alarm, saying Grok is a huge risk and that it violates the administration's own rules for safe AI.
And this is exactly the kind of thing that has people so worried. This past July, Grok generated this response along with other anti-Semitic content, which obviously sparked a ton of condemnation. The parent company, XAI, did say at the time that they were working to remove these kinds of inappropriate posts.
On top of that, there's a cybersecurity issue called jailbreaking. So what is that? It's basically a trick to get an AI to ignore its own safety rules. Advocacy groups pointed to research showing Grok was particularly easy to jailbreak, making it possible to generate some really harmful stuff with pretty detailed instructions.
So we've looked at Google's creative tools, Meta's corporate meltdown, and the political firestorm over Grok. Let's bring it all back home. Why does any of this high-level stuff actually matter to you and the tech you use every single day? Well, what does it all mean for you? On the one hand, this intense competition means we get smarter, more creative tools right at our fingertips, which is great. But all that messy backroom drama and those billion-dollar failures, that stuff directly shapes the apps and platforms you depend on. It also forces us to ask some really urgent questions about safety, about bias, because at the end of the day, your digital world has become the battlefield for this entire race.
And that kind of leaves us with this one big nagging thought. We're seeing all this incredible innovation happening at a truly breathtaking speed. But as these giants race toward a super intelligent future, you have to wonder, who's actually checking the map to make sure they're even running in the right direction?